What is a shill? A shill is a noun. Quote, an accomplice of a hawker, gambler, or swindler who acts as an enthusiastic customer to entice or encourage others. Let's take a look at the definition of what a review actually is before moving forward. A review is an evaluation of a publication, product, service, or company, or a critical take on current affairs in literature, politics, or culture. In addition to a critical evaluation, the review's author may assign the work a rating to indicate its relative merit. Notice how it says critical evaluation and critical take. The modern day reviewer is anything but. How many reviewers are actually critical? No, most reviewers fall into the category of shill whether they realize it or not. That is to say that their needless enthusiasm for unnecessary products outweighs their desire to be completely objective about them. I got a great comment on one of my last videos that I want to share, which goes hand in hand with this concept. Quote, I absolutely agree. I think starting in the 90s with the advent of cheap foreign manufacturing, Americans' ideas of value have gone horribly askew. I think there are two reasons for this. The first is that now the market is inundated with low-value goods. The second is that Americans are now practically indoctrinated into thinking it is their patriotic duty to buy cheap shit. With these two factors, you have an endless cycle of cheap manufacturing and Americans pissing away their livelihood for the sake of propping up an economy that depends on cheap manufacturing. Sad, unquote. But how does this apply to reviewers? Your duty as a reviewer is to provide that value judgment of the product based on price to performance, not based on your desire for a commission. Contrary to popular belief, your duty is not to make money, although that can and certainly should be an added benefit by virtue of an honest assessment of the product in question. After all, you are providing a service to the individual and should be compensated given the fact that society in general relies on that exchange to function. In other words, just because new gear comes out all the time does not mean you have to incessantly peddle it, because it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about the person on the other side who needs help deciding on something. They rely on you to be as unbiased as possible. You're a reviewer, not a celebrity. If you're not doing that, then you need to look in the mirror and understand that you're part of the problem. Surely we've all been guilty of shilling from time to time, but if you're going to shill something, at least be 100% invested in it, i.e. believe in it. There are a few products that I absolutely think are worth an investment above mid-fi, even despite them being out of most people's price range. An example would be the Focal Utopia, a headphone that I've talked about ad nauseum by this point. I believe it's the best headphone on the planet, so why wouldn't I recommend it to you? It's a rare example of a product that absolutely deserves all the praise it gets, but that's the exception and not the rule. Marketing relies on the premise of enticement and by its very nature is kind of deceptive unless you firmly believe in what you're selling and would purchase the product yourself. In essence, the modern day reviewer bears much of the responsibility for the dilemma that we're in. By not holding companies accountable, we've helped create this overabundance of all the low value crap described in the original comment. Why would an audio manufacturer stop producing cheap garbage if it helps their bottom line? They wouldn't and don't. This is actually a microcosm of a deeper societal issue. If you're interested in a discussion on that, click the video to my right. If it ain't available, just wait.